Alrighty, hello everybody. Today I am back with another Fill to Diamond video. This is the last game I played in between Gold 4 and Gold 3. This is the game that actually promoted me. You can see I'm playing a new champion. I'm going to go and turn down the sound a little bit. The only thing we played before in this series, which is Rammus. So I'm going to talk through how I played this champion, how I approach this matchup, and how I end up carrying this game. First off, level 1, I know that we're a lot weaker because we have a Shaco. So I don't really want to invade. But my team's kind of coming, so I'm just following a little bit here. Our Jhin walks up very aggressively. I try to ping him off, but we end up running over. I'll just let this part play out. I only end up walking down once Bel'Veth comes up and is trying to fight. And we actually get a kill off on there. But Jhin dies in the process. So I guess it was worth it. But that's going to be a theme with this Jhin for the whole video, is he kind of just goes over aggressive at every instance. But either way, we're going to start blue. Normally I would try to solo start Raptors, but I can't really get over there in time. So I figured it's a good idea to start blue. My general game plan is to try and prio bot as much as I can. So I want to 3 camp as I normally do with my Maokai and try to get a gank off bot. The reason why I try to gank early is because most of the time with junglers you can full clear, or not, you can full clear one side, so you can 3 camp and still get to gank a lane before they hit level 3. So you're a level up on them and you're much better able to actually lock them down because you have all of your basic abilities. So I ping on my way to let them know I'll be there soon. I also told them to let the enemies push in, but I don't really think they're planning on doing that. The Jhin and Shaco keep going very aggressive. I take Q and go ahead and Q over to my wolves. Use W so that when they hit me, they take extra damage, and the extra resistances also increase Rammus's auto attacks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, runes I went are pretty standard. We got Aftershock, Font of Life, Conditioning, Unflinching, Coup de Grace, and Legend Alacrity for the extra attack speed. And for the secondaries, we went attack speed and double armor. Here, they get a kill, but Bel'Veth comes to gank, so I ghost and start rolling in. But at this point, I'm not really confident that I can win the 1v2, so I just end up disengaging. I get some good damage on Bel'Veth. In hindsight, I probably could have won and killed both of them, but it's alright that I didn't. I'm glad that mostly I just got out with my life, so I'm able to go clear. So we recall, and I'm going to head right over back to my top side. For our first back, we're looking to get just movement speed. I almost had enough for an armor, cloth armor. That should have been nice, but it's alright. Now we have all 3 basic abilities. We're going to look to make some plays top side now. I found with the new meta with top lane, how it's super undervalued in terms of prio, that it's really easy to just go and gank a top laner once and get them ahead. Because whoever's ahead, even from just 1 kill, generally has control the whole game. So even just 1 gank for your top laner early that gets them ahead can make a world of difference for whether or not you win the game. I know I'm a huge advocate for prioing bot lane, but it can be super valuable to gank top and mid as well. Victor gets ganked here, it's unfortunate. I start trying to run down, but there's nothing for me to do. So I end up just finishing my clear. I know that Bel'Veth's been spam ganking, so I expect that she will go top lane here. So that's why I'm kind of trying to motion towards top after this. I really probably should have ditched those just to get over faster, but it's okay. I come in, I want to kill the Gwen first, just so less DPS is on us. Alawi gets that kill and heals massively. I almost have my taunt up, but Bel'Veth decides to re-engage anyways. and I help Alawi turn the fight and get a huge advantage. Now I'm going to take a recall, and I want to head back bot because this dragon is coming up. And also, if I can repeat gank bot lane to get the Jhin further ahead, that would be a huge win condition for us. Also, contrary to what most people do, I actually max W on Rammus. I think that it just gives you so much more survivability and damage early with the extra resists that it's really valuable to actually max W instead of Q. We're heading over just to hover Drake and hover our bot lane. I start taking Crab, and then I notice that Bel'Veth's coming in. So I start rolling in, but then I'm in 1v3 because both my laners got pushed out, so I have to kind of just run. But I did get the Morgana's Ignite, so that's something. My Jhin is salty here. It's like, oh, good gank. I'm like, what was I supposed to do? Try to fight 1v3. They take Crab here, but there's not really a way for me to contest it, so I'm not worried. I do look for the repeat gank bot lane, since they're overshadowed. Both my laners are really low though, so it's kind of risky. Well, they get the kill here, and I'm able to come just in time to stop Varus from being able to kill Shaco with the Q. Now I'm looking to take Drake, but I notice that Bel'Veth is still bot side because I know she hasn't rotated back top. So I just end up going back to farming. His Dragon's a little too risky right now with this Scuttle Crab vision and me knowing that she's bot side. The plan right here is to kind of clear these and then head back to my blue buff that's spawning and look for another gank bot lane. I got Alawi ahead with that early gank, so now she has complete control of the lane, and that's exactly what I want. So now I can really focus on just slamming through bot lane and getting them very ahead. For Rammus is clear, it's also important to remember that your E gives you attack speed, so that keeps your W up longer, and it works really well. Here, I'm level 5, looking for another gank in bot lane. They do have vision, but it doesn't really matter because they just overextend. I'm going to focus down to Morgana because she doesn't have the spell shield. Let me back off because Varus is a little too close to tower. I think we're going to dive right here, but then they back off, so it's whatever. We're going to take a recall and head back topside because Rift Herald's spawning, and Bel'Veth with Rift Herald is very scary. Alawi gets picked off. Unfortunate, but nothing we could have done. For my first item, I am rushing Thornmail, as you can see with Rebel Vest and Giant's Belt. That is the #1 item to get on Rammus right now. The anti-heal is massive against many champions right now. Like, for example, on their team, literally all of them, except for, I think, Morgana, have some sort of healing in their build. So or in their kit, rather. So it's super valuable. Here, I know she's probably on Rift, so I go and throw a ward on there. We don't have mid prio, so I just go and go for the mid gank. I'm able to get the taunt off, but Akshan just swings out, but that's alright. Bel'Veth goes to clear the vision off, but now we have top prio because Alawi's back, so we're able to push her off of it once again. I'm not super worried about getting it, but rather more so that she just doesn't get it. Now I'm returning back to my camps. I gotta keep my jungle clear up because Bel'Veth can clear much faster than me. As you can see right now, she has a good 3 camps on me right now. But there's not much I can really do about that since I keep having to match her ganks. And it's okay, as long as I'm able to complete my my jungle quest around the same time that she is. So we know that she's starting this back up, and with mid and top, we're able to collapse on her. I get R, level it up mid-fight, so we can use it to kill Akshan right here. And I'm a little too low to stay, because Gwen can rotate over and Rift Herald will be a little too risky. Plus, I really want to just get this dragon, because dragons are a lot more valuable late game. Oh, I decided to go to red. I mean, it makes sense in this case because I don't want to leave my red buff up for her to just steal if she trades Rift Herald for dragon. So as long as I'm able to take it down, and I know that she's not on either objective, it's okay to waste a little bit of time like this. And bot and top are rocking it, mostly because of my ganks, and that's what you basically want to do as Rammus, is to just get all of your lanes ahead and try to match any ganks the enemy does. The only reason I picked Rammus, by the way, is because Bel'Veth is an auto attack based champion, along with Akshan, and I assumed Varus, but he actually went the Arcane Comet poke build. But Rammus does extremely well against any sort of on hit, which all of them are. She even does well he even does well into like Gwen. The only one he's kind of weak against is full-on mages, and that's why I thought he'd be a really good pick here. Rammus is kind of a pocket pick for me only when I get sort of these enemy junglers like Master Yi, Rammus destroys, Bel'Veth, Rammus destroys. Besides that, I'm mostly on my Maokai. But Rammus has a lot of the same strengths as Maokai does, being a spam ganker and really powerful duelist, which I really like. I go ahead and use my Ghost just to keep up with Varus. I know that Morgana's there, so I walk down to dodge it, but unfortunately the Black Shield stops me from being able to taunt him. Lucky for us as well, though, Victor is able to get the kill. I go ahead and start Dragon. Consider that Bel'Veth's just spawning, but for some reason my Jhin decides to stay at tower instead of helping, so I get killed. But it's okay. I really shouldn't have gone for Dragon when I was that low. I just expected that everyone would rotate, but I guess I shouldn't have assumed. We're gonna go get blue and head for Drake, whichever one is higher priority when we get there. We see Bel'Veth trying to gank, but she gets instantly deleted. They get the tower dive there, and now is a perfect time to get Dragon. Make sure to W and then use Taunt so that we get the extra attack speed. Also ward the other side, just to make sure there's no one trying to cheese steal it over there that I have to be worried about. I actually try to roll into mid just to see if Akshan will push. He doesn't, so I back off. This crab's looking good, and then I also have my whole bot side to clear, so it's looking very good. Rift Herald is up, so I do want to prio that, because Bel'Veth getting Rift Herald is obviously disastrous for us. We get the crab. I know that we're at a little bit of a numbers disadvantage here, but I'm confident that I'm doing well and I can also fight if I need to. She goes back on Rift, so I roll through mid, looking to help out with this fight, and then all of us can rotate over to kill Bel'Veth together. This is a huge part of Rammus' gameplay as well, is just neutralizing enemies. So I'm able to neutralize Bel'Veth's ability to get Rift Herald every time. That's each part of jungle in general too, is to just be able to stop the enemy jungler from making their own plays, besides just making your own. It's super important to know what they want to do. In this case, I know that Bel'Veth wants to take Rift Herald because that's like her primary goal as a champion. So I know that it'll be a good opportunity for me to counter gank and stop her from reaching that objective. Looking for our next play, there's neither objective up right now, so we're really just going to be farming and looking for good pick opportunities with our taunt. I want to advocate when you're trying to climb that you should play these kind of simple CC champs if you're playing a supportive role. Because Rammus and Maokai are just really good in the meta right now, and they're also very easy to learn and very simple to play. So it works out very well, and I get to focus most of my energy on deciding what plays are good and where I should devote my time, rather than how to mechanically pilot my champion. I want to look for a pick on Akshan, but Victor, we lose sight of him, and Victor doesn't try to push up in lane, so I just head right back to farming. At this point in the game, we already have our Thornmail, and we have over 50% kill participation. And most of the kills that we weren't there for are actually on this Lowy, or in the bot lane, doing very well because of our influence. Coming out of base, I decided to go just for a Negatron Cloak, just for some magic resistance against the Gwen and the Morgana, but I decided to sit on that component, and I end up going straight into a Frozen Heart next. The Frozen Heart is super valuable against Akshan, Bel'Veth, and Varus, because he gets that attack speed boost as well. So I know that it'll be a good buy either way. I just need to make sure I have enough magic resistance that I won't be destroyed by Gwen and Morgana. It's pretty tame right now. We're just clearing, waiting for a good opportunity. I see Shaco staying mid, so I think this might be a good play, although nothing seems to come of it, so. I know that Alawi is pushed up far over here, so she's probably gonna draw a lot of pressure from other enemies. Sidestep the Morgana Q, and I go to engage on Akshan. Although I taunt right as the shield goes up, which is unfortunate, so I decide to just ult over the wall and help out Alawi. Shaco barely survives. That fight right there was mostly initiated by us as a counterattack against Alawi, and it worked out very well. Now I know that Drake is up next, so I'm going to head bot side and look for some easy picks. If I can, I want to taunt the Bel'Veth. There's no good opportunity. In hindsight, I should have taunted probably right there when she dashed up, but it's alright. She got the knock-up on us, but she didn't really get anything off of it, so it worked out okay. Trying to pressure her off these. I head up and I'm able to taunt her into the Jin W and get an easy pick. Now I'm a little low, but I know that they have longer death timers, so this Drake should be totally free. They're fighting over vision there, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just going to take down this Drake. Now, I want to keep an emphasis on the fact that I still am watching the map. So if they get into like a massive fight over here, I could potentially queue over and help if they need it. But I really just want to take down the objective. Now, with Baron coming up soon, that will be my next priority. So I really want to focus on getting vision control topside and looking for picks after I get my items. So I think we're going to buy more into our Frozen Heart right here. Get a Glacial Shroud, Glacial Buckler. And we're right back out on the map. I actually go bot side just because Victor's so overextended. I'd rather go for Baron, but I know that there's going to be some plays made around here that I should probably be there for. Looking for an engage here. I see Bel'Veth. I ult in and taunt. Get an easy pick right before Baron. I want to shove in this wave just so we keep the pressure on both mid and bot lane. So we keep them having to choose between which lane to go. And then I go to try and flank this fight. Mostly looking for the Auction. My Q runs out right before I get to him, and he ends up flashing the wall. So it's alright. I'm gonna go try to deny her camps while we try to think about our next play. I know that we want to get Baron, but I don't even know if we need to at this point in time, considering that one good fight would probably be the end of the game for us. So I roll in, looking for this Auction, but he gets frickin' spell immune again. So I just focus down the inhibitor. I roll in on these two, and I have to ult away when I get collapsed on. The fight still works out pretty well. I want to taunt the Gwen here so she can't kill my people. And I'm getting a double kill for the cleanup. And now we can look for the end of the game here. There's death timer's 10 seconds. This is a pretty easy win. The main thing that I want to highlight with this video is just the importance of getting to all lanes and getting them ahead and having them be able to push their influence. Alright. Oh yeah, at the end of the game, taunt to get another kill on the Bel'Veth. Alright, I will see you guys in the post-game recording. See you then. Alrighty, hello, I'm back with the outro for all my Rammus game. This is the game we just played. If we look at an overview of the match, we were ahead pretty much the whole time. They were ahead just by a tiny bit of gold, but it mostly started once we got Alawi that double kill, is when we kind of started snowballing our lead there. If we go back over to the scoreboard real quick, we can see we ended 6-1 and 15, which is amazing. Let's go ahead and look over at the graphs with damage dealt. We dealt more than everyone on the enemy team except for Varus. Let's look at total damage dealt. Here, where am I trying to find it? Damage taken. We took a decent amount of damage, most on our team, just by a little bit, but so-so. And one other thing I want to look at is the overall crowd control score. So we got 24, still the most in the game minus Morgana. Yeah, so this is a really good game. If you look at the runes as well, we got good value out of all of our runes, and we completed Alacrity around 10 minutes and 30 seconds, which is pretty good. Alrighty, well, thank you guys very much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more of my Field to Diamond. Just got promoted to Gold 3 off this game, and I'm still going. Make sure to check the op.gg in the link of this of the playlist if you want to see exactly where I'm at whenever you're watching this. Thank you. Have a great day.